I think I'm live. I don't really know. Let's see. Let's check if we're live. This looks so different. Stay on this page. Sure, I'll stay on this page. Am I live? Let me know if you're seeing the replay. I'm gonna go over to another screen just to make super sure before I talk to myself. But if you are hearing me on the replay, I would love to know what type of health professional you are in the comments below. And I know some of my incredible clients will probably pop on live or on the replay, and maybe we'll get some new folks in here as well. So let me know if you are tuning in, and hopefully I'll be able to see your comments live, but if not, for sure on the replay, because I have no idea how to work this new thing. Anyway, I wanted to do a Facebook Live today, inspired by one of my incredible clients. I just got off one of my client calls. Every Thursday I've got client calls, and I'm so inspired by them always, whether it's current clients, alumni, mastermind clients, etc. If you don't know me already, my name is Sylvie McCracken, and I'm a business coach for health professionals. So I help health professionals how to create leveraged income online, courses, books, etc. And really what I wanted to chat with you about today was really this hidden cost of waiting. And what I'm talking about is, and if anyone wants to pop any confessions in the comments, I love a confession. But I often talk to people, whether it is friends, acquaintances, potential clients, or what have you, that are interested, keyword, interested in running an online business, creating an online business, in writing a book someday, in maybe in running a 5K. I don't know. It doesn't have to be business related, right? But they're interested in this potential goal. Usually I'm talking to people that are interested in getting rid of their one-on-one, or reducing, let's put it that way. Let's be a little less dramatic, reducing their one-on-one client work or patient work so that they can have a little more freedom, and a little more freedom to spend with their family, a little more freedom for their sanity, and a little more freedom, in the case of someone I talked to yesterday, really of really being able to devote some time to what they're really passionate about. Maybe that's outside of their career, right? Whether it's climate change or I don't know, clean water or whatever it might be, right? Cool. Interested. Going back to that word, interested. So, here's the thing though. What I will often hear, they're very interested. But what I will often hear is reasons, sometimes excuses, sometimes reasons why now is not the right time. Now, these could be incredibly good reasons, right? Let me think of one. Oh man. Incredibly good reasons. For example, a tragedy just happened. We actually, where I live in Southern Oregon, we've had fires. They have devastated 2,400, I believe, homes, including some of my friends. Talk about a rough time. I've got friends that have lost everything, their entire house and everything in it. It's a little bit of an unexpected thing. Is right that second the right time? Maybe not, right? Maybe it's a good reason, depending on the person. That said, here's what's been fascinating. Something that's much more common than that. I hope everyone's well and safe. 2020 has been a hell of a year, right? But much more common than that. Things that happen much more often than that. Happy things like having a baby, which is the case of the client that just inspired me, for example. She is at the end of her 12-week maternity leave right now. And she joined our program 4 weeks ago. So she's only 4 weeks in. And one of the things that she mentioned, and she's a little bit like, oh my God, I'm going back to work. And so we're figuring out the logistics of that, because now she's going to do the rest of our 8-week program, the next 4 weeks, while juggling the 3-month-old and the job, right? So it's a little bit of like, okay. So we've got some serious things that we can do to help make that as easy as it can possibly be. It's a lot to juggle. But what I'm inspired by her about is that she said that was the best possible decision. I'm so glad that I had these 4 weeks to get this done now, before going back to work. Now, the reason, here's what I really want you to get out of this, because the reality is, and I'm going to keep my client, I would call her by name, but I don't want to put her business out there. So if she wants to identify herself in the comments, that's totally fine. But the reality is, you could take having a baby I've had this conversation in all kinds of different directions, whether someone is pregnant or their wife or spouse is pregnant, and the baby's coming tomorrow, or the baby's coming 6 months from now, or someone just had a baby and they're, a week into maternity leave and still not really sure which way is up and not sleeping at all, or we've got someone that is, maybe just went back to work or whatever it may be. There, I can really explain any of those scenarios either way. I can tell you why it's a terrible time for you to start your business, write your book, launch your thing, whatever. Right now, I can tell you why it's a terrible time. I can tell you, oh, you're having a baby tomorrow. Well, it's a terrible time because you don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow, next week, whatever, and this, that, and the other. I can tell you, when was the best time? When is the best time? Let's do this at the best possible time. Let me do this at the best possible time. The best possible time was 20 years ago. The best possible time was 20 years ago. The best possible time was, it already passed. It already passed. You're late. We're all late, right? The second best time is right now. And the reason I say that, save, of course, your house burned down, this afternoon, you want to give yourself a week? Awesome. But what I notice, and if this triggers you, I'm sorry, not sorry. That's what I just tend to do a little bit as a coach. But the reality is most of those reasons are actually excuses. And I want you to, try that on for size. I'm not talking to one person in particular, but try that on for size and see if your reasons to delay are actually just excuses holding you back, or actually just fear. Because the reality is it's going to be hard no matter what, And what I love, and here's the part that really blows me away, is switching these excuses or reasons, right? And I'm kind of using the terms interchangeably a little bit because sometimes it's reasons, sometimes it's excuses, right? I'm not here to tell you that everything is an excuse for you. You might have an actual good reason, right? Temporarily. But what I see most often, 99% of the time, is excuses wrapped up in reasons. And here's the real big problem is that it tends to happen never. I know. If right now you're listening to this going, no, Sylvia, that's not me. No, I know most people are never, but that's definitely not me. I'm here to tell you when it's not now, most of the times it's never. I would love for you to prove me wrong. But I'm letting you know because I've been doing this for a minute. So the have to think about it tend to be a no and a never. And sometimes accidentally, but things happen, things come up, more reasons as to why not. Your subconscious wants to keep you safe. So of course, don't do the unsafe thing. The safe path is go to school, get a job, pay off the student loans until you die, retire when you're 65 or 70. Let's just not even talk about the fact that that's not really a reality anymore. But that's sort of the safe thing. You want to start a business? You want to go online? It's not safe, right? It's a little bit risky. Absolutely. Entrepreneurship is risky by definition. But here's the part that blows me away. Going back to that, here's the part that blows me away is the people that, and this might be you, and if it is, man, tell me in the comments because I'm going to find a way to reach through this Logitech and give you a big ol' hug. The people that turn their reasons why not into reasons why. Yo, let me say that again, because the people that turn their excuses, their reasons why not, into why. And this always blows me away. And this is actually, we could say that of my client. Oh man, I'm always almost saying your name, girl. Who I just got off the phone with, just got off the Zoom with. I'm just gonna venture a guess and say that her brand new baby is the fire under her butt. Yes, it's the creature also keeping her up at night and taking a whole heap of her time and making her tired and all the kinds of stuff. But it is the fire under the butt. So I often see, and if I'm looking at a sample size of a few hundred clients, I often see the ones that have the biggest why, the biggest motivator are the ones that move the fastest, not the ones that have the most, time under their belt, experience under the belt. Money, absolutely not. Time, never. As a matter of fact, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. I mean, the reality is, for example, those that have a job that they hate and they are working 60 hours a week, I will see them carve out another 10 hours. They technically could get away with just 5, but another 10 hours, making it a 70-hour work week now. They were already exhausted. In case that's not clear, to create this and move faster sometimes than those that have a 15-hour work week and a job that's all right. It's not terrible and whatever, but they just want a little more, this, that, or the other. They don't spend 20 hours on this. They spend, 10 or whatever as well, and tend to have a little less motivation. Again, definitely statistical, definitely oversimplifying things. But I want to share that with you because I want, in this moment, unless you're one of my clients, in which case, bring this to our next call because I'm going to let you know. And we are going to go into your specific situation. But if you're not a client or you're not yet a client, I want you to really be honest with yourself. Can I invite you today to be your own best coach? And really just sit down with yourself, maybe pen and paper, and go, yo, self, what are we doing here? Which, maybe 2 columns. Reasons, maybe some good ones, and excuses. And maybe see which one of those reasons you might be able to pick apart. Because the reality is, what I know for most people is if you don't do it now, if you don't do it in 2020, the hot mess that is 2020, you probably won't ever do it, right? And especially if you have a track record of this. So be super, super honest with yourself. Do you have a track record of saying that, you're gonna do the such and such someday, and then it becomes 3 years of Googling about it, reading about it, thinking about it, getting ready to get ready about it, right? And the reality is, guys, none of that. Like, I would rather, if you're doing all that nonsense, just shut the computer down, go watch TV, go take a bubble bath, spend your time on something else because you're not progressing towards that goal and all you're doing is frustrating yourself, right? So I talk to my clients a lot about accidental quitting, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. That's going to be a whole other Facebook Live. But the reality is, what I want to talk to you guys is accidental quitting before you start. Are you accidentally giving up on your dream before you start? Because what I see often is months and months and months go by and not one thing has happened towards this dream. So anyway, I just had a quick window. I wanted to pop in here. I wanted to, I always am on fire. Like, Thursdays are my busiest day, I guess you could say, because it's my client day. It's when I do all my calls. And yet it's the day that I'm the most fired up, not surprisingly. And so oftentimes you'll see me do a Facebook Live on a Thursday when I can sneak it in between calls. I do have to go jump and prep for my next call. So I'm going to pop out of here. But what I'm going to do is, if anyone from my team is on, and I apologize, guys, that I haven't been able to see the names. Oh, there we go. We got Hammer Temples talking about tap into your inner Tupac. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Tupac. Okay, baby motivation, not hesitation. I love it. Sorry that I don't exactly know all the different screens that comments and things might be coming on, but I'm going to come back later and check that out. So if you're watching the replay or if you're on live, please do leave me a comment. I want to know who's here. I want to know what type of health professional you are. And if you're not already in our group, if anyone on my team is in here, I'm going to have them pop the link to the Facebook group below. And if not, I'll do that when I come back later to make sure you join that Facebook group, which is full of health professionals also wanting to do incredible work in the world, make incredible impact, have more income and more freedom. So definitely join us there. And of course, if you're interested in creating an online business, if you're interested in taking your work and doing it more leveraged online, book a call and let's see if we can help you get there. Let's see if we can help you get that leverage. Let's see if with your topic, with your expertise, if we can make that happen. All right. I hope you guys have an incredible Thursday. The link to book a call is sylviamccracken.com/apply. And I will talk to you guys really, really soon. Bye for now. Let's see if I even know how to turn this thing off. End live video. That must be it. All right, guys. Talk to you later.